When Zach was born, his mother Susan was single, with supportive extended family around her. Her relationship with Zach's father hadn't worked out, and he moved away. When Zach was old enough to ask about his dad, Susan showed him pictures and shared that this was his biological dad. His language skills being under development, Zach thought he was called his illogical dad, and the joke stuck. Zach was a joy, and he didn't sleep through the night until he was 12, Susan says in a single breath. More than anything else, he was a performer. He was musical, noisy, and extroverted, and he was always playing make-believe. He would so often pretend to fight fires with his skipping rope that one day when he announced there was a fire in the kitchen, his mother cheerfully told him to put it out, not realizing flames were coming out of the toaster. On his first day of kindergarten, Zach put his arm around another kid who was crying for his mother and invited him to play with some trucks. It was a trait that never left him. He would defend other kids from bullying, always loudly and unapologetically. He had a knack for being at the center of the action. When Zach was 16 and started dating, he disclosed that his stepdad had sexually abused him when he was still a preschooler. This man had been physically abusive to Susan, who left him shortly before her second son was born, but Zach's revelation came as a complete shock. With his family's support, Zach pressed charges. The legal process was frustratingly long. Zach felt stonewalled and went on record to say he was being re-victimized by the court system, speaking to the media about his experience. While he waited for his abuser's arrest and trial, he filed a criminal injuries lawsuit, which allowed him to tell his story and hear the authorities say, "We believe you." Zach was diagnosed with PTSD from the sexual abuse, but also had a neurological health issue for which he needed 2 surgeries when he was 15 and 17. After the second one, he was prescribed opioids for pain. Whether or not there was a direct causal relationship, substance problems followed. Zach accepted help and shared some of his music with his therapist and others in the programs he attended. Writing music was his lifeline. While attending a treatment program a couple of months before he died, he wrote himself a letter. "You are an amazing, smart, kind, and loving man, Zachary. You have a story people need to hear that will not just inspire but change the way people see men who have suffered addiction and sexual abuse." He told himself to keep up the good work and love himself, and wrote lists of concrete short and long-term goals for himself. He, Susan, and his younger brother were planning to move to a new city to give him a fresh start. Susan worked in the legal and healthcare field for many years, but went back to school to become a psychotherapist. Since Zach died, she has found purpose in helping others through traumatic loss.